Hi guys, I'm Ashley Mabry, and some of you may have seen my tweets about me meeting Justin Bieber. I've met him 4 times, and the first time that I met him, well, 2 out of the 4 times he's called the cops on me, and the other 2 times have been like good, happy memories with him. And so the first time it was my 18th birthday, and my mom, my brother, and I went to California for a vacation and for my birthday. And I had found out his address in Toluca Lake, and no one else had really found it out, and it was really hard. Like, I had to do like the bird's eye view and like zoom in on pictures and like all different things to try to find out his address. But I finally found it, and then I wasn't gonna go because I know like he deserves privacy, but then like since I never met him and I'm a big fan, I was just decided to go. And so I showed up. It was like right in Toluca Lake, like right down the street, and then I wasn't sure if he was home yet, and I never went, and then there's a lot of people outside of his house, and then people like coming in and out of his house, but they didn't tell me if he was home or not, and so I didn't know. But then we like left for a little bit because nothing really happened. We were just in our car like across the street because it's not like gated community or anything. So after a couple hours, like we were just there and nothing was really happening, and then finally like one of his security guards got home that I had recognized, and he was like came over and he was like, "What are you guys doing?" And I was like, "I think you know what I'm doing," because it was just kind of obvious like by that time that we were there to see Justin. And then he was like, "Oh, like he's not gonna want to like talk to you. Like he's on a good mood. He was followed by paparazzi all day, so you should probably just leave." Wanted to meet him, and the security had already like made us kind of mad, and so like, "Oh, you need to leave. Like don't be here." So then like we just kind of hung out, and he's like, "I'm gonna call the police," and I was like, "That's fine. Like I'm not doing anything." And so Justin gets home like a couple minutes later, and then he drives by, and like he kind of circled around and then pulled in, and I didn't think that he would like stop or anything. I literally just thought I'd see like a glimpse of him, and I was fine with that. But then he did like roll his window down because like he knew that we were there, and he was just like, "What are you guys doing?" And like I was like really shocked, like I couldn't even like say anything. And then he like my mom was like, "Oh, she's a big fan, like she just wants to meet you." And I was already like embarrassed that my mom was like saying that to him because I knew he wasn't gonna like be like super friendly and like happy that we were at his house or really care that we were there. So then like he goes inside, but then like he comes back out, and he's like telling his security to like call the police like since we're not leaving. And it was kind of uncomfortable, but it was like I was still like happy he was like giving me a react, like noticing that I was there. And Mom was like, "It's her birthday, and she's been waiting all day to see you." And it was kind of funny because he's like, "I'm not Santa Claus," like saying like, "Waited all day, like we're not gonna get anything out of it." And then like she just like really looks up. Like I couldn't even talk to him. I was just in so much shock that he was out there, and I just felt bad. I was like that I was there. And I was like, "Well, she just really looks up to you. Like it's her birthday. Can you please like give her a hug?" Or like she's just a huge fan, and like she looks up to you. And he was like, "I'm not God." Like I thought it was funny that he was like being kind of like this. So after those comments, he had like told his security like call the cops, and I was just like, I don't even like looking back. I don't know why I didn't leave. Like I could have been fine with that, but then I just felt so sad. I didn't want to leave with him like mad at me or like I thought he was just like mad at me, and I didn't want that. So I still stayed, and I like was just like, oh, maybe he'll like be nicer. But then the security did call the cops, and that's when they showed up, and they're like asked what I was doing, and like, wouldn't you be mad if someone was at your house this long that you didn't know? And he's been followed all day, so he's just like, he loves meeting fans on the street, but he's not going to meet you here. And I was like, yeah, I get that. And so the police like were going back and forth, and they're like, what is it going to take for you to leave? And I was like, I don't know, like I don't want to leave, like I'm just like I want to see what's happening and going on. And so Justin came outside, and he was playing basketball, and I think he was trying to see if I would like record him or like bother him or do anything, but I just was on the other side of the street just sitting on like the curb and like standing around, like, because the security was watching us the whole time, and since the police didn't make us leave. And then Justin comes outside again, and like I wasn't bothering him because I felt bad, but he just like randomly just started running down the street and like went for a run. So I thought that it was cool, but then like he came back and I was still there, and he was just like, "What do you like? Why are you still here?" And so I was just, I don't know. I was like, "You can do like your own thing. Like just like don't even mind that I'm here. Like don't bother me." And he's like, "Well, I can hear you crying, and like it does bother me. Like I can like I have a lot of cameras everywhere. Like we know you're here. Like it's a distraction." Yeah, so he just kept asking like why was I here, and I just said like I was a big fan. Like it's my birthday. I've never got to meet you, and he was like, "That's fine. I get that. Like I like my fans, and I meet my fans all the time on the street and like in the public, but I just like I can't have fans coming to my house to meet me, or else it would just be like chaotic every day." And so I said like okay, and then like the cops, the security had called the cops again, so they'd come back, and they were talking to me, and they're like, "When are you gonna leave?" And I was like, "No, like I'll leave. Like I feel bad, but I just don't want him like mad at me or like thinking that anything like bad of me because I'd already felt bad." But I think there's something that he wanted to do because there's just like a bunch of Ubers like coming and going, and like he didn't like get in them, but they're just like driving there. Like one even said like it was for Ashley, so I thought that was kind of weird because it was almost like he called an Uber for me to leave, like not actually, but so so that was fun. But then we had decided to leave because Justin finally came over again, and he's like, "I'm not mad at you," and he's like, "I like your shirt." I just had on a Justin Bieber shirt, and he's like, "I like that you support me. I like your shirt. And happy birthday." And like he's like, "Are we good?" And I was like, "Yeah, like I just want to make sure you're not mad." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm not mad at you." Like, and so we did kind of leave after that. We like drove down the street, and then we just stayed in our car again. And I had a feeling he was leaving because he just seemed like he wanted his privacy and didn't want me to see like what was going on. And so like a black Tahoe drove by, and that was with like his friends and like all these girls that were going with him. And then so yeah, my birthday was July 29th, and then when I said bye to Justin, everything was fine, and he had just like a couple minutes later he got in his car, and then he left, and then there's a Suburban or a Tahoe behind it, and that ended up, it was July 29th, and it ended up being the girls and his friend Cedric that he took to Hawaii with them. So we followed him to the airport, and then we got to see his private jet take off, and I like thought that was pretty cool. So it ended up being a really great birthday, and it was like pretty crazy that he called the cops on me because the TMZ article came out, and like Justin Bieber super fan waits 12 hours. Like all of those were about me. So if you watch till the end of this video, I can post the screenshots and pictures of that night and that day, my 18th birthday, and what the articles were all about. And this is what actually happened, and what Justin, how he acted, and the cops acted, and I acted. So that was the first time I met him. Like I said, there's a total of 4 times, but this is the first one. And I can make videos on the other 3. So if you want to subscribe or like this video or tell other fans if they are interested. So yeah, I'll continue to make stories on meeting him and meeting other celebrities and my trips to LA and my run-ins with the cops. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video.